So, over the past few years, I have seen a fan theory for Harry Potter that says Dumbledore and Ron are the same person. This is false, and I'm going to give my reasons why it's false. First up, Dumbledore dies at the Battle of the Astronomy Tower on June 30th, 1997. Ron survives the Battle of Hogwarts, which is 10 or 11 months after the Battle of the Astronomy Tower. The Battle of Hogwarts took place on May 2nd, 1998. Ron and Hermione get married after the Battle of Hogwarts. Dumbledore was never married and was gay. Dumbledore had two siblings. He had a younger brother, Aberforth, and a younger sister, Ariana, who died in a three-way duel between Dumbledore, Aberforth, and Dumbledore's boyfriend at the time, Grindelwald. Dumbledore always blamed himself for Ariana's death. Ron, as we know, has 6 siblings. Five older siblings, his older brothers, Bill, Charlie, Percy, Fred, and George. And he has 1 younger sibling, his only sister, Ginny. Ron is also not very talented at potions or transfiguration. Now, we don't get to see what he can do with potions, but Dumbledore was the transfiguration professor at Hogwarts for a time. He was actually the transfiguration professor when the Chamber of Secrets was opened. So, he was the professor of transfiguration when Moaning Myrtle died, and Voldemort was at Hogwarts as a student. Ron sucks at transfiguration. Also, their birthdays are completely off. Dumbledore was born in the summer of 1881. Ron was born on March 1st, 1980. Okay, so that's a 98-year difference. It would have been 99 if Ron was born in the fall of 1980, but he wasn't. Another thing is Ron was not alive when the Marauders attended Hogwarts, which was from 1971 to 1978. Okay. He was born 2 years after the Marauders left Hogwarts. And 1 year before, James and Lily Evans Potter kicked the bucket and at Voldemort's hands. Ron is also a fairly competent duelist. Dumbledore, as we know, is a remarkable duelist. All in all, Ron is a wizard of average power. Dumbledore, however, is hailed as the most powerful wizard alive. Okay, that's a complete difference. While Ron is a good character, his power, especially better than Dumbledore, okay? as I get older and older, I start realizing how messed up Dumbledore really was. But both of them are good characters who are both extremely flawed, and if you view them in certain ways, they can both be perceived as villains. But at the end of the day, they are both heroes. But Ron, he's a better character than Dumbledore, which is saying a lot. But Dumbledore has more power, which we know. So, J.K. Rowling also released facts about Dumbledore's parents. The fact that Dumbledore's mother died in a fit of accidental magic by his younger sister Ariana. Now, Molly Weasley survives the Battle of Hogwarts. So, Ginny killing her mother in a fit of accidental magic? Impossible. Dumbledore's father also went to Azkaban after he attacked some Muggle children who were bullying Ariana and tormenting her. As we know, Arthur Weasley does not go to Azkaban. He survives the Battle of Hogwarts. He's the head of the Misuse of Muggle Artifacts office at the Ministry of Magic, and later, after the Battle of Hogwarts, becomes head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement before retiring. So these are all differences Dumbledore and Ron have that just prove that Dumbledore and Ron are not the same person, from their birthdays, from the year they were born, and just their family. Ron also never had a phoenix for a pet. Okay? It's just completely wrong. Well, at first glance, it's far-fetched. When you dig deeper, makes a little sense, this theory does. But if you dig even deeper, it just falls apart when you realize the differences that Dumbledore and Ron have. And the fact that we never see Dumbledore and Ron interact with each other. Yes, if you're a believer of this theory, you could just say, oh, well, because Dumbledore doesn't want Ron spending time with an older version of himself so that this paradox thing doesn't happen. Okay. But he spends just as much of time with Harry and Hermione. Okay. You'd think he would have spent at least some time with Ron. Also, I would like to bring up their names. This is another big difference. Okay? Ron's name is Ronald Bilious Weasley. Dumbledore's name? Oh, God. It's Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. Okay? These are both deeply complex, flawed, but ultimately good characters. They're just not the same person. Y'all have to realize that. Y'all are entitled to your own opinion. But at the end of the day, you have to realize Ron and Dumbledore are not the same person. Just like Harry did not end up with Hermione. I mean, you can continue to believe it, but the facts are Harry did not end up with Hermione, and Ron and Dumbledore are not the same person. Okay? You can believe what you want to believe. This is my second time saying it now. Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. But at some point, you're gonna have to face the facts. Like all Harry Potter fans do. Like all people do. And realize Dumbledore and Ron are not the same person. Do you actually think Dumbledore would fit in a Weasley jumper? I don't think so. Not by a long shot. Oh. Well, bye, y'all. And I'll see you in the next one.